Hello and welcome to another edition to Sergeant's Briefing. Thanks for joining me today and Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and set some goals, and one of them being to get qualified for a new home. Well, hey, let's jump right into the briefing. I've got a couple topics I want to share with you today and clarify one of them that might help you. And one of those is the job report that came out last Friday. And it was clearly the largest indicator so far this year on what rates we're going to do. It came out at 85,000 jobs that was reported. Now, the pros thought we might lose 10,000 jobs, so clearly that was a disappointment there for the economic news. Also, revisions on November came out that we actually gained 4,000 jobs. Now, that's the first positive job number since December of 2007. And our unemployment rate did stay at 10%, so we didn't go up or down there. However, that's where it gets a little bit misleading. I just wanted to highlight that here today in the briefing, is that the Labor Department shows a lot of surveys and how they gather their information and how they report it, and then that gets back to us as headliners, and the media announces it that way. But I wanted to tell you that surveys create a lot of different information for us and how it's used, and one of them is the job survey, and then we've also got the birth and death ratios of businesses, and we've also got the household survey. Now, the business survey is done and allowed to get that information fast, and it can be inaccurate, and the household survey is actually done by a phone call. Now, this may shock you, but in December they actually reported 589,000 jobs that were lost in that survey. And so that's that many people that left the job market. Now, I should note that the Labor Department does not report that. So there you go. It might be a little bit more understanding of why this is misleading, is we're not actually showing that figure. Now, the Labor Department does use that information in calculating how many people are still in the workforce. So the household survey also shows how many people have left the job market. And you just, as I mentioned, you can see there's a lot more than 85,000. So it's a little bit misleading on where the job market is, where we're at, where we need to go. And to be quite honest with you, it's still fairly weak. And we've got a lot of work to do to get those jobs back for America. Now, true, it was, we had frigid temperatures, and we had snow piles that were, I guess, back east just horrible, and we had people traveling in that, getting to family members. We had the Christmas holiday season and New Year. We had people on vacation, and one thing that maybe one of the more important is that they extended the job unemployment benefits to 99 weeks. So, why would anybody get out and really look hard for a job under all those conditions? So that, I hope, helps clarify that we still got a lot of work to do, and that when you see headliners, it really isn't telling you the full story. Now, in other news, the National Association of Realtors, they have what they call a home pending sales index, and what that is that homes that were written up on a contract and they're pending to close, and that's down 16% from last week. Now, that's the first retreat since January of 2008, so we've had a lot of increase except for last. Now, what does that mean? That's not the best economic news either, but if you're trying to buy a home, this is an excellent opportunity. Those sellers are not going to see the footsteps and as much traffic coming through their home. So if you want to go ahead and put an offer in, you may be able to negotiate a better price and maybe get some closing costs paid on top of that. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly share that with you, a couple economic things going on. And next week we've got the economic calendar, and Thursday we've got a couple things coming out, which is the retail sales report, which accounts for like 70% of the economic activity. So we'll be watching that really close. And the initial jobless report comes out, so we'll want to really watch that one this coming week. Now, Friday we've got the consumer price index. Now, what that's showing, and it's looked at very closely, is what is inflation doing? And that's that's going to be really important as we start to recover here. Is inflation could also mean that we got higher interest rates. So the consumer price index, what this does is it basically takes and helps us understand the change in the finished goods of what's been sold and resold back to us as the consumer. And with that report, it really helps us look at the inflation. So with that, as always, I wanted to give you a quick update. You can basically see that now's the time to get into your loan officer, get qualified. It's an excellent time to buy. When economic news is good, then people tend to move their money to stock, and when economic news is bad, they tend to move it into bonds. And so when economic news is not good, it's not good for the nation, I know that, but it's good for you. You're going to be able to get a low rate, and hopefully get your home that you've been looking for. So, hey, go ahead and read the blog. Any questions, as always, reach out. Be glad to reach out, call me. I'd be glad to answer any questions. And thanks for joining me today on Sergeant's Briefing.